Yo, what's happening, my people, and welcome to another episode of SEB'S SMS. Yes, guys, as usual, I'm back in London. As usual, I'm sending you a message. You better catch it. Let me say that again. I'm sending you a message. You better catch it.
Sebastian Baton is now very much the Anglophile.
I'm sending you a message. You better catch it.
But when it comes to the football,
Yo, what's happening, my people? How are you? Listen, 2023 is coming real quick. What are you saying? What's going on into your life? And as usual, I really and truly want to know what's going on. I want you to talk to me. I want you to talk to each other. Talk to your people. Express yourself. Verbalize. It's very important. Yes, guys, setting, I'm back in London. No, the World Cup is over. Doha is finished. It's been a tremendous last month. A lot of new things that I've learned, new experiences, amazing. But now, guys, here we are, Saturday morning session. You know how we do. You know the drill. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about this idea was been given to me by one of my people. Somebody hit up to me, write me special for you. This is special for you. You ask me, Seb, how do you know when to stop? Because obviously in the World Cup we've had amazing scenes, amazing football games for my football fans. But in general, he asked me the question, when do you know when is the time for you to stop? When do you know, not when you know you shouldn't do another year, another one? And that's the question. That's what I want you and I to talk about today. And let me share my story and let me explain the way I see it. Sometimes you gotta be self-aware. Self-awareness and self-assessment is the key. It's an ongoing process, and I really think that most of the people and some football players in particular, they always want one more. They're always getting drawn to this idea, to this myth that they're superstar and they can do always another one. Don't get me wrong. The power of the mind is tremendous. The power of the mind is one of your best friends. When you do prepare it, you do look after it, your mind, and that's why I'm big on the mind. Your mind can do some wonders, but you gotta be able to self-assess. Where am I and where I was? A lot of people in your job, in your family, in whatever you've achieved, sometimes you don't find the balance and the happy medium between what you've been doing in the past, when you were a lot younger, when you were in a different environment, and what is the current reality. What is your current reality? And most of the people, the reason why they always want to go one more and they don't want to stop, because they live in the past. What you've been doing and what I've been doing in the past is not what I'm doing now. When I stopped my career, honestly, I was brutally honest with myself. The Sebastian that was amazing maybe a couple of years before the time I stopped my career wasn't the Sebastian at the time. Wasn't the same player. I had different strength, different quality, but if there's one thing that was sure, I wasn't the same player. So most of the people, they just want to be stuck, and they're stuck on what they've achieved. And that's exactly the same for you. Yeah, I used to do that. I'm talking about the present moment. What is part of the past doesn't exist anymore. And that's a big problem with a lot of people. When do you stop? Because you don't want to face the reality. Then there's a bit of an ego, because you still want to exist. Do you still want to exist? How can you exist? There's some people, let me tell you something. They're so poor that all they have is money. Let me say that again. There's some people they're so poor, all they have is money. Then whether you agree with me or not, we're gonna talk about it another day. But what I'm trying to say is I stopped my career because I realized that my worth, I had a worth. I was worth it. I could exist outside the football. The same way you can exist outside your 9-to-5 job. You can exist outside whatever you do at the moment. You got a brain, and your brain is allowing you to learn. There's nothing that you can learn. And I really think, for example, for some football players, you want to carry on to the point that you're putting yourself in jeopardy. Everything you've built might be teared down just out of ego, just out because you're scared. Don't get it twisted. It's based on a fear. False expectation apparent real. There's something that you're hanging yourself to that holds you to that idea, to that illusion that you still the player or the man or the woman that you used to be. But you're just evolving. You're gonna transfer your skill from one area to another. You have what it takes. It's just a transfer. But a lot of people, they got stuck in the past because the idea of themselves achieving a lot of things, they can't get rid of that. Instead of, for me, build on that. And that's the reason why now we're gonna get into 2023. I know what you've done in 2022 is something you're gonna build on. That's not something you're gonna just live for. What is done is done. It's over. Just keep pressing the reset button, because the formula that you had, that those players had, that I had to get to some sort of success, that's the formula that you're gonna use and apply in the new environment. And that's the difference. That's why people sometimes, they don't stop. And then they go into a certain world of disappointment because people don't remember what you've done at the start. They only remember the end. And because you're self-sabotaging yourself, you don't want to go to the next chapter. You don't want to bury your old you. I want you to bury your old you to let your new you arise. You need to make room for the new you. But in order to do that, you need to be in tune with your body, in tune with your mind, and accept that what you've done is over, and be glad that, oh yeah, that's a good memory. So you can tap into your brain. What did I do? What did I need? What kind of strength did I need back then to achieve that? And reapply the same formula to the new environment you're gonna be in. But guys, I'm telling you, I didn't want to be ashamed, because the same way I pushed people out the door, some people, that's the cycle of life. Some people are gonna come and push me out the door. So I rather stop on my own term, but also my body stopped me. And there's some sign to come to you. And we talked about it, about the emotions, the sign, the triggers. You gotta look at the sign. You gotta work on yourself to be able to really know yourself so well that you're not gonna get caught off guard. Yeah, my body was sending me messages, and all of a sudden, boom, I couldn't even run no more the same way I used to. So if I had carried on, I would have put myself in such a misery, in such a shame, because the football pitch don't lie. The same way, whatever you do in your life, the pitch that you're playing on, whether it's in your job, your bank, your schools, at home, the reality is there. So I want you to really self-assess, be self-aware. Where am I now? What is my current reality? Not my past reality, my current reality, in order to get to the next one. But I want you to think about, okay, this was the old me. The old me was younger, he used to do them things, but now I'm wiser. I'm grown up. I'm a grown up person. So how can I use my new strength in order to still achieve? Because I'm a high achiever, you are a high achiever, you're a champion. You're gonna be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve, but with the right formula. Forget about the past. let your ego in the past. Don't make sure that what was once an asset in your life, what helped you to go there, doesn't become a liability down the line. Let me say that again. You gotta make sure that what was once an asset for you doesn't become a liability later on down the line. And that's the problem with a lot of athletes, or even people who are not athletes. Whatever you've achieved, because you're a champion, you need to self-assess and to go back to who you were. What drives you? What drove you? What's driving you? That dog, that fire inside you, who allowed you to achieve whatever you've achieved. Come back to yourself, accept, face the reality, face the truth, be honest with yourself. That doesn't make you less of a human being or less of a man or a woman. That empowers you. And that's how you're gonna get respect. Because most of the people, because you do too much, the year too much, you're losing respect. You're losing respect from yourself, from your peers, from your people, and that gonna damage your image and who you really are. Even though we don't really care about what people think, but for you do care. And that's why you don't want to stop, because you're living in a delusional world. I want you to come back in the present moment and act like it. So guys, that's my challenge of the day. I don't want you to do too much, to do the one too much, the other. No, stay right there. Plant your feet in the present moment. Saturday morning, whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna take what is yours, because this green rectangle represents your life only. You're gonna take what is yours. That belongs to you. You haven't stolen anything. That's yours. And this is what we're gonna work on in the community. I want you to really make the conscious effort. I want you to be intentional and deliberate about what you're gonna do. Intentional and deliberate. Listen, 2023, we're not talking about New Year resolution, and that's the next one. I'm telling you. No New Year resolution, but I want you to be in action mode. We're gonna work together. That's why I want you to join the Take What's Yours community. I'm not gonna pretend. I want you to join it because I know it's gonna do you good. It's gonna do you really good, and it's gonna do me good, because together we can achieve a lot of things, and that's what I want us to do. The power, the strength, the happiness, the honesty, the smile, the money, la plata, everything, the joy, the improvement. We don't only take it. What we're doing, we snatch it, guys. You snatch it, because that's yours. That belongs to you. Take what is yours, right? So guys, follow me on any social media. Get into it. Register for the community. When you're gonna see the call of action, just press for it. Go for it. We're gonna have a lot of things coming for the Take What's Yours community. We're together. That was your homeboy, SEB'S SMS, aka Baby Bass, your coach, here to serve you. We're together. You're a champion. Self-assess, right? Don't do the one more. There's no point for that. Accept who you are. Accept your current reality and work for it. Let's go. I'll see you next week. Comment. Let's go. Take What's Yours. Bye-bye.